Osama bin Laden was not armed but did resist. One U.S. official tells CNN bin Laden made some kind of threatening move. Other stunning details are emerging on what U.S. Special Forces encountered as they moved room to room.
May 2nd, 2011, 12:30 a.m. A U.S. Black Hawk crashes into a quiet compound in Abbottabad. Upstairs, Osama bin Laden bolts from bed as SEAL Team 6 storms the halls. In moments, he'll come face to face with the men sent to kill him. This is how the final 24 hours of Osama bin Laden unfolded, and why even his last moments shocked the world. September 11th, 2001.
It's about 5 canals of land in the local language, which comes to about 2,500 square yards of land.
2 hijacked planes slice into the World Trade Center. A third hits the Pentagon. A fourth crashes into a field in Pennsylvania. Nearly 3,000 innocent lives are lost. Smoke, flames, and debris turn New York City into a war zone. The man behind it all? Osama bin Laden, leader of Al-Qaeda. Speaking from the shadows, bin Laden later justified the attacks, calling America a nation full of unbelievers. In a chilling 2002 recording, he said, "What America is tasting now is something insignificant compared to what we have tasted." He didn't just take responsibility, he glorified the violence. As the rubble smoldered in Manhattan, he issued more threats, promising the U.S. would never feel safe again. The world's most powerful intelligence agencies turned their eyes toward one target. Operation Enduring Freedom began just weeks after the attacks. The U.S. invaded Afghanistan, targeting Taliban strongholds where bin Laden was believed to be hiding. By December 2001, they closed in on a mountain cave complex in Tora Bora. But when special forces arrived, he was gone.
Americans impose themselves on everyone who believes in his religion and his rights. They accuse our children in Palestine of being terrorists, those children who have no weapons and have not yet even reached maturity.
He vanished for nearly a decade. No location, no trail, only grainy tapes and fresh threats. In one 2004 video, bin Laden taunted America again. "Your security is in your own hands. Any nation that does not attack us will not be attacked." But deep inside the CIA's counterterrorism center, the manhunt never stopped.
Due to its subordination to the Jews, the arrogance of the United States regime has reached the point that they occupied Arabia, the holiest place of the Muslims, who are more than 1 billion people in the world today.
In 2007, a Pakistani informant identified a suspicious courier, Abu Ahmed al-Kuwaiti. He uses an encrypted phone, travels with precision, always cautious. Analysts believe he's carrying messages directly to bin Laden. It takes 4 years of surveillance, phone intercepts, and tailing missions to finally track him. The courier leads them to a high-walled compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan, just a few miles from a military academy. The home has no phone lines, no internet, no visitors. 2 men never leave the upper floors. Windows are blacked out. Trash is burned inside the compound. The CIA calls it the Pacer House because one man is often seen pacing the balcony for hours, never revealing his face. By early 2011, the CIA is nearly certain Osama bin Laden is inside. President Barack Obama gives the green light for a covert operation. There would be no courtroom, no jury, no appeals. This was a kill mission, signed off at the highest level. Operation Neptune Spear was approved on April 29, 2011. The target, Geronimo. The orders were simple: capture if possible, kill if necessary. 24 Navy SEALs boarded modified Black Hawk helicopters at a forward base in Jalalabad, Afghanistan. They would fly low, under radar, and enter Pakistani airspace without notifying the government. If anything went wrong, they were on their own. In August 2010, nearly a decade after the attacks, a critical break changed everything. The CIA identified a trusted courier named Abu Ahmed al-Kuwaiti and tracked his movements to an unusual compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan. It was massive. Nearly a fortress. No internet, no phone lines, 12-foot-high walls, barbed wire fencing, and a strange third-floor room with no windows. The CIA set up surveillance from a nearby safe house. Months of observation followed. The man inside never left, never showed his face. They called him the Pacer. Tall, reserved, always in shadows. President Obama was briefed in March 2011. The options? Bomb the compound or send in a strike team. The risk of collateral damage and of losing evidence was too high. A surgical raid was greenlit. May 1st, 2011, 11:35 p.m. 2 Black Hawk helicopters lifted off from Jalalabad airfield carrying SEAL Team 6. The flight took just 90 minutes. They arrived under the cover of night, but as one chopper hovered over the compound, disaster struck. Its tail rotor clipped a wall. It crashed into the yard. The team pressed on. Inside, the SEALs cleared the first floor, then moved up. Children and women screamed. One man, Bin Laden's son Khalid, was shot on sight after refusing to surrender.
Just because it doesn't take long for a suicide bomber to clack his vest off, so I need to make sure he's not mobile at all.
They reached the third floor. 2 adult women shielded a tall man. It was him. He had once claimed heroic righteousness, but he died in darkness, facing no army.
The US government has committed acts that are extremely unjust, hideous, and criminal through its support of the Israeli occupation of Palestine. And we believe the US is directly responsible for those killed in Palestine, Lebanon, and Iraq.
There would be no trial, no courtroom testimony, no jury. As the SEALs approached, one shouted his name. Osama! He didn't surrender. 2 shots rang out. One hit the chest, the other is above the left eye. It was 12:56 a.m. The man responsible for decades of terror collapsed where he stood, in a dim bedroom just steps away from his youngest wives and children. The SEALs secured the body, gathered hard drives, and exited the compound. After 23 minutes on the ground, they were gone. Bin Laden had spent his last day in silence. No guards, no alarms. Just a compound full of children, wives, and the eerie comfort of routine. He reportedly walked the grounds, prayed 5 times, and stayed upstairs for most of the evening. He did not know he would die that night. By dawn, his body was flown to the USS Carl Vinson in the Arabian Sea. He was washed, wrapped in a white sheet, and buried at sea under Islamic rites. The ceremony was brief. No gravestone, no final words to the world, just the crashing waves and silence.
Did they get rid of it because they didn't want it to become an attraction?
Yeah, I think that is one of the reasons, because they did not want it to remain. It's just like as a place of, like a shrine, or like a place people come here.
He who once declared eternal jihad ended in a silent bedroom. No global audience, no legacy speech, just human fragility. Was justice served in how his story ended? Or did his petrified final moments reveal more than any trial could? Let us know what you think in the comments. See you next time.